Why do most communities bleed members every month? We did too, until churn dropped from 17% to 1%, and it felt almost illegal. I made $45,000 in 11 days, and we won the Skool games, so I'm not just guessing here. If you're running a community and you're sick and tired of people joining, ghosting, then asking for refunds, stick around because this one thing might flip it for you too. We tried everything: onboarding, quizzes, endless tweaks, and all it did was create more complaints and more wasted time. So in this video, you'll see why churn was so high even though our products were solid, the one change that actually fixed it, and how you can fix churn in your community too. So let's start with what was really happening behind the scenes. So before we fixed churn, things were rough. We were sitting at 17%. That meant nearly 1 in 5 members were gone within a month. And honestly, it felt like pouring water into a cup with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much we added, it just drained away. We tried everything people usually suggest: better onboarding, quizzes to unlock new modules, extra systems to keep people engaged, but instead of fixing it, it made things worse. More complaints, more refunds, more support calls. Our team wasn't just tired, they were drained from refund calls, and every call felt like another blow to morale. And most of the churners weren't bad people, they were just the wrong people. Beginners who could barely scrape together the first month's fees, they'd come in hoping the first 30 days would solve their financial problems, and when it didn't, they'd leave. The cycle repeated every single month. So here's the truth we didn't want to admit: it wasn't that the product was weak, it was that we were selling to the wrong crowd, and the way we priced it was attracting them. If you want to check if this is happening in your own community, ask yourself 3 things. Who's leaving? Are they the ones who never really got started? Are refund requests eating up more of your time than actual members? Are you selling to anyone with a card, or are you selling to people who are ready to commit? If most of your churn is coming from people who were never serious in the first place, then you've got the same problem we had. You're selling access, not commitment. And that's what pushed us to try something drastic, because if monthly was bringing in the wrong people, what could happen if we cut it out completely? So at that stage, we had 2 options: keep patching a broken system, or make a bigger change that actually filtered who we let in. The tipping point came when we hired a closer, and every conversation was the same. We'd put in the effort, spend time on calls, get people signed up, and then they join on monthly, and then they cancel a few weeks later. It made no sense. All that work and the people coming in weren't sticking. That's when frustration turned into a decision. What if we removed monthly altogether? Force commitments up front. No more "I'll try it for 30 days," because if we kept monthly, I knew exactly what would happen. We'd keep chasing the wrong people, burning out the team, and building a community that wasn't even fun to run. And honestly, I didn't come up with this alone. I'd been hearing Hormozy talk about charging high ticket, creating commitments, and I thought, this is as high ticket as I can go for my audience. Most of them are in developing countries. Annual was a stretch, but doable. But here's the thing: I didn't go all in straight away. We tested it first, because shutting off monthly overnight, that felt terrifying. And here's how we ran it. First, we gave existing members the option to upgrade, and this is the exact offer we gave them. We gave them 1 year of our SaaS, which they'd need anyway. We discounted annual by 33% to sweeten the deal, and we added urgency, capped spots, and a deadline. It worked immediately. Every day we were closing new annual upgrades. That small test gave us proof people would commit, and that's what gave us the confidence to shut off monthly for good. If we kept monthly, we knew we'd just keep draining time on the wrong people. And when we did, the results shocked us, because churn didn't just drop a little, it collapsed from 17% to 1%. Back in November, churn was sitting at 17%. By April, after all the little fixes and onboarding experiments, it was fluctuating anywhere between 11 and 12%. But no matter what we tried, it just wouldn't drop further. Then April came. We switched fully to annual, and by August, churn had collapsed to just 1%. The shift was instant. We didn't just have fewer cancellations, we had better people coming in, and that created a ripple effect. No more refund requests piling up in support, no more chasing people who'd already mentally checked out. The whole vibe of the community changed. Members were more committed. Engagement went up. It started to feel like a proper premium environment. One guy even messaged me saying, "Now I would pay double the price to be in this community." That's when I knew it wasn't just about churn. We changed the culture. And here's the thing: how people pay changes how they behave. A year upfront meant they treated it like a real commitment, not a quick trial. That's why it worked. Now here's the part that really surprised me. We thought annual would scare people away. Instead, it pulled them in. Here's why it worked. Annual made the place feel exclusive. People couldn't just drop in for a month. The price increase didn't push people away. It filtered for the serious ones. And by removing monthly, members knew if they left, they couldn't come back cheap. That kept commitment high. And if cutting monthly plan feels like too big of a leap, test by upgrading your current monthly members to yearly first. You'll see the shift instantly. People show up differently when they've got skin in the game. So if you're running a community and you're stuck with high churn, don't just tweak onboarding or add more features. Look at the offer itself, because the way people pay changes how they behave. And that leads to the real takeaway. Because if you're scared to cut monthly yourself, there's one thing you need to check first before you even try it. So if you're thinking, yeah, but cutting monthly feels risky, what if it kills growth? That's exactly what I thought too. I was scared of losing new customers, scared of making the offer feel less flexible. But here's the truth. None of those fears came true. Instead, people respected the offer more. They treated the community as a real commitment, and that changed everything. So if you're running your own community and you want to fix churn, here's what I'd suggest. First, make sure your offer has at least 10x perceived value. If someone's paying for a year, they need to feel it's worth it straight away. Second, test it on your current members. Run a limited upgrade offer, add urgency, add scarcity, see if they bite. Third, don't be afraid to filter. An application process sounds scary, but it brings in the right people, and the right people make the whole community better. Because in the end, this isn't about churn. It's about building the kind of community you actually want to run. And once you see the difference, you won't ever want to go back. By the way, if you're looking to start your community, there's no better platform than Skool. And the best news is they've just launched a brand new plan for $9 only. So you can start your community for just $9. You can try out this new plan from the link below in the description. So you fix churn. But if you don't grow, it doesn't make any difference. Watch this next video where I'll break down the 7 tactics we use to hit $45,000 a month, and none of them what you'd expect.